Welcome folks, hope you're all well. Today I'm going to be going over the top 10 tips that I think you should need while starting the gym. Let's check it out. Coming in at number 1, making fitness a habit. This is essential if you want to succeed. So for the first 28 days or month, it's going to be where you really lay down your fundamentals and your foundation to getting started. So you want to be looking at 3 to 4 sessions at the gym per week, and do that over a month period and you'll start ingraining good habits. And that's it for tip number 1. Tip number 2, split your workout. So if you're going to be going to the gym 3 times a week or 4 times a week, it's important to split your workouts into different muscle groups and make sure once a week you're repeating that process. So the first session, what I'll be doing is my back and biceps. I'll follow that by my chest and triceps. Then I'll be doing my legs and abs. Then I'll be doing shoulders and traps. If you need any help working out these muscle groups, Google is your best friend, and I'll put some useful links below so you can have a look at that if you need any further help. That's it for tip number 2. Tip number 3, find compound exercises. Take them all, do not let them go ever. They're extremely useful and it's going to help you build decent mass quick. With doing these compound exercises, make sure you have someone look over what you're doing before you go ahead and start putting on too much weight. You want to be putting on a weight that you can manage for the first few months, that you're not putting yourself under too much strain. You should be quite easy to get 10 reps out of it, and this is just building form. This is extremely important, especially with compound exercises, because you can be prone for injury if you start doing it incorrectly. So this is gonna include the deadlift for your back. You're going to be looking at the bench press for your chest, and you're going to be looking at barbell squats for your legs. There are other compound exercises out there that you can try, but these are the 3 that I would say get yourself familiar with first before you start venturing off into any others. So be careful when doing so, but really these will change your game. So that's it for tip number 3. And coming in at tip number 4, we're looking at perfect posture. Okay, this is really important, especially when you're working out, to make sure you're keeping fit and well so you can get back to these sessions month after month without picking up any injuries. And you will achieve this as long as you start watching your posture. Don't go in too hard. Make sure you're keeping a nice neutral spine throughout of all your workouts. So whenever you're picking up a bar, have a look at your back. Make sure you're not arching over. You might need to stretch your hamstrings out a bit more. Always use a mirror as well to check your posture to make sure you're not compromising your spine. As well, this is going to help you keep a strong core and will see you through to making some great gains. So definitely check your posture. That's it for tip number 4. Tip number 5. Okay, this one's a big one, so we're looking at diet like you mean it. So this is a big topic. I'm going to cut it down as much as I can. If you're starting out, don't be overwhelmed by it. Don't think about it too much. Look at what you're eating on a day-to-day basis. Have a look at the things you're eating and try and start cutting back on a little bit of sugar. Anything that doesn't seem that healthy, try and find better solutions for this and better options. Just take 1 a week, or if you know, that's all you need to do. 1 meal a week, or even 1 ingredient. So if you're eating a bit too much chocolate and you want to cut down, just try and have a little bit less, buy a smaller bar, you know, until you can start coming off it. The worst thing you can do is jump straight into a nutrition plan without having any foundation at all ready. You're going to set yourself up to fail, and that's why so many people have to keep repeating diets, repeating their training, is because they can't sustain it. So there are people out there, if you think you're will enough and you got enough willpower to just jump on it and crack on, good, that's great for you, but a lot of us don't. So one step at a time, and as well it's going to save you a bit of money. So let's say once a day, just pick a meal. It could be an evening meal, it could be a breakfast, and just try and plan it to be healthy. And then once you got that down and you're comfortable, you do that for a few weeks, put the next meal in there and then the next meal, and build it up slowly, and you're going to set yourself up for better results, and you're going to stick to it. It's better to start off slow and start making change to your daily habits than to change it on its head, and within a week you haven't ingrained any of the new habits, and it's easy just to go back to the way you were eating because it's comfortable and you know your routine and it's life's a lot easier. But I'll tell you now, the change is not going to make it harder. Once you get used to the new way of eating, that's going to be the new you, and that food is going to be part of your new thinking process. So that's going to really help you keep moving forwards and build up a really good solid diet. If you need any more help, I'm going to provide a link down below that can give you a bit more information about how to set up your diet. Putting in the right calories, the right macronutrients is very important, so the right proportion of fats, protein and carbohydrates. I don't want to go into that with too much depth at this stage. Just think about eating a little bit healthier, and as you start progressing, as the months go on, start looking into it a bit more and start learning about it and upping your knowledge so you can make better results. That is enough for tip number 5. Alright, coming in at tip number 6, we got squeeze. Alright, this is an important one. So it's starting to build up that relationship with your muscles, your physiology and your muscularology. Okay, that's a technical term, believe it or not. So it's really important to kind of build up that relationship with yourself when you're lifting weights, and actually to feel like you're actually doing something. If you're going through your exercises a little bit quick and you're not putting enough effort in, you're going to come off feeling a little bit like you've done nothing, and the chances are you've just wasted a bit of energy, but you haven't actually put your muscles through the strain that they needed to go through to actually want to change or having to adapt. We are very much a survival species, so we will adapt to survive. So if we put our bodies under a certain amount of stress and our muscles under a certain amount of stress, they will evolve and get stronger and bigger, so the next time that event happens and it's preparing for it, it's going to be in a better position for survival. So that's what we're looking at. We're breaking everything down. We're pushing our bodies to its limits. You don't have to go full bore at the moment, but you're trying to push your body, so it's telling it to change. We need to make sure we produce a bit more protein, and we need to produce a little bit more muscle to survive. Okay, so remember that. Make sure every rep you're doing, you're feeling a little bit of a squeeze on your whatever muscle group you're working. Okay, you're looking at that contraction within the muscle. That's really going to help the blood flow come to the muscles and help them develop as well. So make sure you get a really good squeeze in the gym. Okay, good. That's it for tip number 6. Okay, coming at tip number 7, we're looking at learn from your mistakes. This happens or is important all the way through your life, but more so in the gym, because by learning from your mistakes, obviously we're going to get bigger and a bit stronger. And how we're going to learn from our mistakes, so we're going to write things down. So if you keep a journal or something, you can kind of write down your general plan of your workouts, what kind of reps you're doing, what kind of weight you're lifting, and you can kind of see a pattern of how much success you're getting. And if you find that you're not making that much progress for the month, have a look back into your diary and say, right, what have I actually done? What have I missed? How many sessions have I actually missed? What food have I missed? If you're on point with everything, you need to start thinking about, right, I'm missing something here. I need to be looking at my diet again, retracking calories, I need to be adding a bit more protein. You can change things. So whatever's been written down, you can be accountable for, and you can start changing and adapting. So it's really important to keep track of your workouts and your fitness plans and even your diet plan as much as possible. Mental notes work to a certain point, but once you get month and month in, it's quite hard to remember 90 odd days or 150 odd days worth of nutrition and everything that's gone on, and put it together in a mental plan. So write things down, don't be worried to ever do that. So that's a really good tip, and a lot of people that are successful do this. Not just with fitness, with business and everything else. So start tracking, start writing things down. It's going to help you succeed quicker. That's it for tip number 7. Okay, this is tip number 8. Finish every rep. This means, for instance, if you're doing a bicep curl, most people will put all your emphasis into bringing that weight up. Let it flop down, bring it up again. That's only half the workout. Actually, it's about 60% of your muscle growth comes under the tension of you relaxing again. The eccentric part of the movement where the muscle is stretching or going to its longer form. So once you lift that up, control nice and slow all the way back down again. Doesn't matter what exercise you're doing, you're pushing out, slowly bring it back down. It is very, very important. Every single exercise you do, make sure you're controlling both aspects of the workout. The whole range of that workout should be under full control, and that's going to help you get that maximum growth. So that is tip number 8. Coming in at number 9, we're looking at ask questions. Asking questions is a great way of testing your knowledge and learning new ideas to help forward your fitness lifestyle. It's going to really help you to progress. It will also give you some new ideas and excite you into wanting to come back to the gym to try new and different ways of doing similar exercises. Seeing other people's results, seeing how they've achieved them, and you can start tailor making your own unique workout plans to yourself by just taking a bit off everyone else. It's not copying, it's just being smart. Also, a great platform you can use is Bodyspace from mybodybuilding.com. They have a great community there that you can listen to, you can write to, and even just upload new videos and images to get people's opinions. So I'll put a link below as well so you can have a look and you can sign up if you want to. That's it for tip number 9. Tip number 10 is think about your muscles. So it's really important to start building up your mind-muscle connection. So this really comes from you being able to practice yourself, feeling through the motions. You should be able to flex and unflex your muscles by yourself, either in front of a mirror or just standing where you are, and have full control over your muscles. By having this control, it's going to help you once you start adding weight to it to get the full contraction of the muscle and to get the maximum use out of it as well. Your strength comes from your mind. Okay? Strength and size of muscles are two separate things. They do come hand in hand, but the way you train stops when you get to the gym. So having control over your muscles and strength comes from your mind. So that was my top 10. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something from it. Obviously leave a comment below, tell me what you think about it, and I hope to see you again soon. Peace.